name is Grant. Hope you're having a lovely day, a lovely night. Wanted to say happy holidays. I hope you're doing well. At the time I'm recording this, it is a couple days till Thanksgiving. And with that, I wanted to do one of my favorite triggers, which is visualizations. Eyes closed visualizations. So if you feel comfortable, I'm going to ask you to close your eyes, close your eyes, close your eyes. Set your phone down on your nightstand or somewhere close by, and we can get started. Okay, we're going to use our imagination right now, and hopefully not get too hungry in the process. Okay, we're going to start with the main course, the star of the show, which is the turkey. My family does a turkey every year. Okay, so we gotta prep our ingredients. Before we start cooking. This is going to take the longest to cook in the oven. What we'll need for this is some rosemary, some thyme, some sage, some salt, some black pepper. We're also going to do an herb butter to put on our turkey. We'll need some unsalted butter, some garlic, more salt and pepper, some fresh rosemary, and fresh thyme. Okay. We are going to let our turkey come to room temperature for 1 hour before roasting. I'm going to preheat our oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to make sure our turkey is patted off dry. I'm going to salt it with salt and pepper. After that is done, we're going to make our herb butter. By stirring softened butter, garlic, salt, pepper, rosemary, and thyme together, we're going to rub that all over our turkey. When that is finished, we're going to place our turkey in the oven and roast for about 15 minutes per pound, or until the internal temperature reaches 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, while that is in the oven, cooking, we're going to make a green bean casserole. All these will be very classic Thanksgiving dishes, so if you have something that you normally have on Thanksgiving, leave it in the comments and let me know. Okay, the green bean casserole. I'm going to simmer fresh or frozen green beans. Once that is done, we'll mix our sauce by combining mushroom soup, milk, and pepper. Toss that together and add the sauce, green beans, some crispy onions, and cheese to a bowl, or cheese. Going to bake the green bean mixture with crispy onions on top until golden and bubbly. That is our green bean casserole. Now let's make some mashed potatoes. For this recipe, we're going to need potatoes, garlic, butter, milk, cream cheese, and sea salt. We're first going to boil our potatoes and then prepare our melted butter mixture with milk and salt. Once our potatoes are boiled, we'll remove and dry them off and begin to mash them, slowly adding in our melted butter, cream cheese, and once that is done and ready to serve, we can add green onion or bacon on top if we'd like. Up to you what you decide to put on it. Fairly easy mashed potatoes. Now we are going to move on to our stuffing. What we're going to need is bread, be very moist. I'm going to transfer the bread mixture to a greased baking dish. Arrange it in a thick, even layer. Drizzle the top with melted butter. Cover and bake for 30 minutes at 350 degrees. Next, we're going to do the cranberry sauce. Going to open up the can and pour it in a bowl. Now that we've done some savory dishes, we're going to move on to the desserts. Going to start with an apple pie. For the apple pie, we're going to need a pie crust, Granny Smith apples, some cinnamon, unsalted butter, some flour, water, granulated sugar, and eggs. To start, we're going to melt our butter in a medium saucepan over medium heat. Whisk in 3 tablespoons of flour, then simmer for 1 minute, whisking constantly. We're going to whisk in our water, our sugar, and bring to a boil. Reduce heat and continue simmering for 3 minutes, whisking frequently and then removing from the heat. Going to peel and remove the cores of 7 apples. Place them in a large bowl. Sprinkle the top with cinnamon and toss to combine. Pour the sauce over our apples and stir to coat the apple slices. Going to sprinkle our work surface with flour and roll out a pie crust. Wrap it around our rolling pin to transfer it to a pie plate. Then add apple mixture, mounting slightly in the center and being careful not to get the filling on the edges, which would make it difficult to seal. I'm going to roll a second pie crust and cut 10 even strips using a pizza cutter. I'm going to arrange the strips in a pattern on top. Then we're going to brush an egg mixture on the top. I'm going to bake at 425 degrees Fahrenheit in the center of an oven for 15 minutes. Reduce the heat to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Continue baking another 45 minutes or until apples are soft and the filling is bubbling. I'm going to rest at 1 hour before serving, and I love my apple pie with vanilla bean ice cream on the side. Now we're going to make a pumpkin pie. We'll need a can of pumpkin puree, condensed milk, 2 large eggs, cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, and salt. Also our unbaked pie crust. Gather all our ingredients and preheat the oven to 425 degrees. Going to whisk our pumpkin puree, our milk, our condensed milk, eggs, cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, and salt together in a medium bowl until smooth. Pour into pie crust and bake for 15 minutes. Reduce oven temperature to 350 degrees and continue baking until a knife inserted 1 inch from the crust comes out clean for another 35 to 45 minutes. Let cool before serving with some whipped cream on top. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed our visualizations and also hope you didn't get too hungry. Have a good night.